If you guys thought that the cast for Avengers Infinity War and Endgame were crazy, you have not seen the nearly 5 hour stream from Marvel Studios detailing the cast for Avengers Doomsday. The Russo brothers are back and they are really kicking it off. They said, "Hold my beer. We're going crazy here." Hi, I'm Tia from Geek Vibes Nation, and we need to talk really quick about the cast that was just announced for Avengers Doomsday. It's kind of crazy because, a few years ago, we were all really excited for the Kang Dynasty and all that. I'm not going to reiterate everything that happened with Jonathan Majors and all that, but clearly it feels really crazy that the whole MCU began with Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, and they are really putting a lot of stock in what's happening with they're putting a lot of stock into Robert Downey Jr. now as Doctor Doom. Literally, the tagline for this is "It all leads to Doom." And if you guys watch the stream, right, I will link it down below. If you watch the Marvel stream, literally after 5 hours of them just announcing things, and mind you, they announced it in a video. It was a live stream on the official Marvel YouTube, and it was just them putting the chairs with everyone's name on it, but then it ended with Robert Downey Jr. arriving. And so, and it Avengers Doomsday is in production right now, and it's just crazy. I have to, I feel like I have to show everyone, right? We're going to share my screen actually right now, even though this is not live, but you still need to see this. We're going to share our screen right now because, and if you want, right, uh, I mean, please go check out, our Twitter page, X Geek Vibes Nation. But as you see, it all leads to Doom, which is really just like, and again, you can go through um, the 4 hour stream if you want or anything, and also just so much, right? So let's really quick, right? I'm not gonna go through every single one, but let's go through some of them at least. I mean, as you can see right here, we have some legacy characters from the X-Men series coming in. Patrick Stewart, Ian McKellen, James Marsden, Rebecca Romaine, Kelsey Grammer, Alan Cumming. That's crazy. I mean, I don't think like I know that Patrick Stewart returned as Professor X in Doctor Strange: The Multiverse of Madness, but this is just insane. And we got all it's just so crazy, right? But and before we go back to right like who is actually in it, some of the notable names, there was a lot that were left off. Um Again, I'm not going to go through all this, but as you can see, I mean, Tom Holland, Mark Ruffalo, it's kind of crazy that Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds are left off because I really felt like with Deadpool versus Wolverine that we were going to see more of them in the MCU, but and this too, Charlie Cox isn't in it. I mean, I don't know. Charlie Cox came. He was in what? Avengers? Not Avengers. Sorry. Spider-Man: No Way Home. But I guess maybe they just want to keep him in the TV realm. But kind of weird that Benedict Cumberbatch also isn't because I really felt like after Endgame that they were really going to lean on Benedict Cumberbatch as like or as Doctor Strange as the new like leader of the Avengers, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. But let's go. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. I ads. Let's get away ads. Okay. All right, so the notables, right? I mean, whew, just Paul Rudd is coming back, Anthony Mackie, just so many, right? But they confirmed that Tom Hiddleston is returning as Loki. If you guys remember the end of Loki season two, spoilers, of course. Loki season two, I mean, Loki essentially became the god of stories, taking the place of Jonathan Majors Kang as essentially the holder of the multiverse. So that's crazy that he's coming back. It was announced that Loki and Thor are going to reunite. So obviously Chris Hemsworth is coming back. Loki and Thor reuniting is awesome. We got like a lot of people coming back, right? I mean, David Harbour, all that, right, right, right. I mean, I'm sure you guys can see again. You can look. I'll link this down below. Oh shit, the Fantastic Four is coming back and everything. But yeah, I mean, Chris Evans wasn't announced. A lot of people, Chris Pratt, Jeremy Renner, Paul Bettany, Don Cheadle. I mean, there's a lot that weren't announced, but I will say that just because they weren't announced doesn't mean that they won't show up. I mean, I saw a few things recently that said Elizabeth Olsen says that she won't be in it, but I just can't like put too much stock into that because they announced a lot of people were expecting a lot of people, but you want to obviously also kind of have some sort of mystery. You want people to be in the theater being like, wow, look, oh my God, they're back and everything. So if we already know that a lot of these people are back, are we going to be excited? They gotta, they gotta leave a little to wonder. I am so sad at like the cast of the Eternals was left off. I am so sad at the hate that the Eternals have gotten and how they have been like thrown to the wayside. That movie was not nearly as bad as everyone made it seem. People, in my opinion, and again, there is a lot post Endgame that has not been great, and I think that's why they brought back Robert Downey Jr. and the Russo brothers to course correct a lot of things. But I do not think that the Eternals deserved the negativity that it got personally. But I mean, oh, okay, look at that. You can watch 4 hours of content in 1 minute and 43 seconds. I mean, there's a lot. Let's skip ahead. Look at that. Oh, I do not want to get claimed. Look at that. Look at that. I mean, Robert Downey Jr. is having the time of his life. We all thought that was the end of him when Iron Man died at the end of Endgame, but you gotta bring the daddy of the MCU back, right? Um, I mean, obviously the Fantastic Four would be in it. I feel like they're the golden children of this new phase of the MCU. Um, this is crazy. The Channing Tatum at back as Gambit. Okay, I can't with that. Oh man, yeah, that this is insane. Like this is insane. I mean, Russo brothers, you didn't need to go this hard. Is this really an X-Men? Maybe an X-Men versus Avengers movie. That would be crazy. I love that James Marsden is back. Best Cyclops. Best Cyclops. Um, oh, I hope so. I hope so. I know at this point it's just becoming like a scroll, but you really gotta check us out on X. Kanan, our editor in chief, is just so good at like posting things and being on top of everything. This is insane. This isn't even like a structured video. I just got home from work and was like, we're gonna talk about this and we're gonna put it out there. And this is huge. This is huge. I can't look at this. Oh my God. This we are 4 hours. Like imagine that. You know, we all joke like, oh, the MCU is dead. And to a degree, I'm not saying it's dead. It's definitely not dead. I'm just saying that a lot of us who grew up when the MCU was happening, obviously, to a lot of us, maybe like that same spark isn't there. But this is crazy. This is really crazy. Thor and Loki reuniting in Avengers Doomsday. Listen, I'm a Loki girl through and through. He can come back in every single project. I'm happy, all right? Let's go. All right. I think we're getting David Harbour. Good for him, man. Holy shit. Yeah, this was Kanan was just trolling us at this point. I think Emperor Palpatine will return. Listen, an MCU like Star Wars crossover. I'd be down for it. Danny Ramirez returning as Falcon, awesome. Lewis Pullman as Sentry. That's interesting seeing that he'll return for Avengers Doomsdays because Thunderbolts hasn't even come out yet. We don't even know what the outcome of that movie is. So very interesting. Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing my screen because I think, oh, man, reveal up to 50 names. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think that this is the end, right? I think there's going to be more people in this movie. than we expect, right? It's just going to be crazy. It's so crazy. I just had to react and I was like, why not put this in film? To me, I don't know, the most exciting still is Tom Hiddleston, but no, it's so exciting, right? I mean, it feels exciting. It feels like we're bringing people back in again. Will it have the same feel as Infinity War and Endgame? Because it's the same thing like when the first Avengers came out. That was so huge having this team up movie. We had never really seen that before. And so then it got bigger with Infinity War and Endgame. Then you finally had the Guardians of the Galaxy coming in with the Avengers and stuff. So, I mean, at this point, we've seen a huge team up, so it's not that surprising, but it's still cool. I think the Russo brothers are doing really good work. I know again a lot of people were excited to see what was going to happen with Kang. I'm not going to really talk about that, but I'm kind of glad it ended the way it ended only because this is cool. This is exciting. What was happening after Endgame with the multiverse and mysticism and all that just really was not sticking the landing. So let's see what happens with Doctor Doom. I mean, I'm excited. So, what do you guys think? Again, I'll link down below our article as well as the like 5 hour live stream from Marvel and let me know who you're most excited. I can't believe that the original cast of X-Men is coming back. This is crazy. But yeah, so what do you think this means? Do you think then we're not going to get new casting for X-Men? They're going to bring the originals back and that's what we're going to have moving forward. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Bye.